this is just taking fucking ever. All right, we should be recording. What is today, Drew? Probably know. The end of last day of your vacation. May 18th, 19th coaches meeting. I'm going to share just everything here. Whole screen. Yeah. You're still on island time, my friend? All right, so hopefully everybody's with us. Actually, I don't know if anybody's actually in right now. I think I would see their pictures in here logged in. So it's just us. So I'm just holding you guys up for right now. So again, my apologies. But so this is pretty provocative, right? We're not in the fitness business anymore. What? I thought we were going to gym. So what makes us different than One Life or LA Fitness or Orange Theory or Planet Fitness or Georgia Fitness or whatever, right? Because the fans, as long as you guys can hear me, this microphone should be picking up just fine. So like, their business model is to make sure that they sign you up for a year and that you hopefully never show up, right? There's only one at like Vickery that I've seen that has a big enough parking lot to handle all the contracts that they probably have, right? But most of them, like the one that was, what was that called, Bodyplex or whatever, they had 20 parking spots for that big old gym, right? They don't want their people there. The more they're there, the more they have to maintain, and more work that has to be done by everybody. So they want them to never use the facility, and that's not us. We want to actually help people, right? That's why we're all here. That's why we all care. So why do we say we're not in the fitness business? Because we can't compete with those guys. But I mean, they're cheaper than us, right? They got huge startup budgets. They could market all they want. They got all this great equipment. Well, I don't know about that. I like barbells. They got cheap ass membership prices. They got a pool. They got a spa. They got heating and air conditioning. Look, they got marble. They got cucumber. I mean, they got all this stuff, right? We're not that. We're blue collar. Let's get it done. Let's help people type stuff. So we can't touch them. So I don't want to compete against them as fitness, right? So how are we going to compete? There's two main dominators in any market. You can either be the cheapest or the most expensive, which is the best. Can't compete with those guys because they're the cheapest. So we've got to become the best. Anywhere in between is just pointless, okay? You're either going to be down here with $10 a month, black VIP, massage chairs and pizza and candy at the front desk, or you're going to be us, okay? And we can say we're the best all we want, but until we're proving it, month in, month out, that's just effing words. So again, we're not in the fitness business because we can't win at it, but we can do what they don't, right? Can anybody put their finger on it, right? We're much more visceral. We're into their lives, right? We push them way past what they can do in an air-conditioned, marbled, wiped down gym, sanitized, whatever, right? Because we care. We do care. And that's the whole reason I started this place, and it's the whole reason you guys do what you do, right? So how do we come to be in this industry? Because we love training other people and what it does for our bodies. We want to share these benefits with others, and we want to help people. And that's how we win, through relationships, building of a community, and accountability that goes with all that. So far, so good? All right, and that's us. This is how we win. This is really our business. So we're in the relationship, community, accountability, or what I'm going to call the caring business. From here on, we care more than anybody else. This is why they stay. This is our main priority. So we're going to talk a lot about what we call retention. This is, keeping people here, the experience that they have. If you take a look at our members, especially our newer members, they have an emotional attachment to us. They come in and they lose 25 pounds or 6% body fat. This becomes their happy place. Honestly, that's how it is for everybody. This is like great therapy for some of our long-term members as well, as we hook them, we build relationships. It's our responsibility to get to know our members and make that connection with them. And I think we do a damn good job of that. You should always greet everyone by name when they enter the building. And it's quite often you they come to see, not me. People around them in their class and you as the coach. We need to motivate them. We need to compliment them. We need to make them feel good. We need to get to know them. We need to send them a text. We need to show that we care about them even though they're not in here. And that can't just be me. If the more of us that we can do that as a coaching staff, the better we're going to be. We truly want to be a friend to them. I'm going to write them a handwritten card every once in a while. And a lot of times that someone needs is a friend that will listen, right? This is all basic stuff, right? But we have to get, if we want to be different than everybody else, that's what we need to be doing. So when we're building a community, if you don't know someone, I'm still sure you're seeing a new face every time you come in here. Introduce yourself, introduce the new members to the OGs, the original guard, right? The old guard. Make them feel welcome. Get the OGs to make them feel welcome, because sometimes they like to, we have the least cliquey environment I've ever seen, but we can still do better, right? So we definitely want to get them, the OGs, to make them feel welcome. Pair them up with a newbie, especially on those Saturday WODs. That's mainly my job, but at least pair them up with somebody else that's going to be about their same work capacity. Always remain professional, though, especially with the OGs. You don't want to intimidate them, but find common ground between them and other members. Like Dean Dimmons is a plumber. Tyler is an arborist, basically. And you hear that somebody needs problems with their home or whatever, connect them on our Facebook Ninja group. Connect them in person if they're here. If you know they both went to the same college, connect them. Try to always get involved with the after session, rollouts. Never leave people on their own. Sometimes I see that, and sometimes they want to be alone. You just have to feel that out. But sometimes they just need to be invited over. It's just that simple, right? And invite them to the events, right? We need to do a better job of getting events out there, publicizing them, and then following up in all kinds of ways. And obviously, we don't do this, but we never want to gossip or entertain it. Forms clicks. It's like high school, right? Love everyone. Our accountability. This huge missing piece for most people is the main reason that they don't hit their goals or stop progressing. They plateau, right? Have you guys all met Eric? I'm not sure. Eric Lemblom is, for you guys that are watching this later, Eric's here. I meant to introduce you a little bit before. He's not coaching on the floor, but he's now he's helping me with retention and operations to some degree. And I asked him to be here today just because a lot of the stuff we're working on is going to intermingle with some of the stuff I'm going to be asking you guys to help us with, right? So one of the things that we talked about is he did some historical analysis for me. We do a good job of keeping people for 3 months. We do a good job of keeping people for 9 months. That 3 to 9 month period, a 3 to 6 month period, sometimes that's when people drop off here. All right. So this is kind of that piece. Is like there's a bunch of accountability during the first 6 week challenge, where I'm on them every week and they're doing weigh-ins and stuff like that. And then they get out of here and then it's like, 6 weeks. They've got to have the habit now. They've got to feel good about themselves. They know what they're doing. No, turns out they don't, right? So we're going to have to stay on them. So I'll be talking more about what we're going to do there, but there's a passport problem I'm bouncing around, or a passport challenge, or a passport service that we're going to try to do for them going forward to keep them kind of involved. But it's our responsibility to make sure the members are training at least 3 times a week. 2 times a week just gets you sore. And by being in constant touch with them, it makes it easier to keep them on track, right? Because they'll blow off the emails, they'll blow off any and every which way I try to get to them, sometimes they'll blow it off. So if someone doesn't show by Wednesdays, they're highly likely to start that road down the canceling path. We've kind of seen some of that because they haven't shown up Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Pretty easy to blow off Thursday and Friday too, and just say, well, I'll start again next week. And then next week, same thing kind of happens, and then all of a sudden, well, I haven't been for half a month. This sure is an expensive membership for me not to be using. I think I'll cancel. That's as slippery as the slope gets right there. So it's our responsibility to reach out to them, stop them from falling off. Sometimes people don't come back because they think we don't care. And shame on us if that's it, because that's why we are here, right? And we can't take that for granted. But we do care. And that's why we love what we do. So these are the little things that make a big, big difference, that show that we care. Become the best, we must provide the best customer service and experience, right? This needs to be the best hour of their day. For this, we need to make things simple, systematic, and easy to track. I want to make sure that we're not double dipping people or aggravating people, but I want to make sure that everybody gets touched, right? And that's one of the tenets in here about being in the room, is everybody gets touched. we need to touch everybody on a monthly basis. So this is what we're calling the 5 horsemen of retention. The 5 horsemen is a system that's to make retention easy or easier at least. Okay, we're always going to have some attrition, but we want to cut that back as much as possible. Everybody understand what retention is, right? Our definition of retention is there's a number of members at the beginning of a month. This is our pool of what we're going to base our retention off of. We may add some new faces, but they're not part of the retention number that we're going to be grading ourselves or measuring ourselves on going forward. Our retention number is how many of those people made it, paid their dues, or kept their membership at the beginning of the next month, right? So that percentage, industry-wise, for, I guess, little boutique, and you would think of us more of a boutique type facility, is about 10%. Industry standard, I think, for CrossFits needs to be somewhere around 7%. And we want to be under 3%. If we're under 3%, we're going to be doing some really good things. That means that for every 100 members we have, 3 of them leave for some reason, one way or the other. Hopefully not pissed off, right? Mainly, hopefully, because they had to move. We do get some of that. But if we have a 10% attrition rate for 100 members, or at this point, we've got probably unique 135, 140 members right now. We have 10%, that's 14 people that we lose a month. It's damn hard for me to bring in 14 new faces. Because like I turned on the campaign in April and we did get like 14 people in. I haven't turned the campaign on this month because I've been on this, and I've been we just have a big inward focus here. So, you know, if we get 2 or 3 new faces this month, that's great. But that means that our attrition and retention has to be that much better. And that's why I want to put, like, any little hole that might be in the boat, I'm going to stop that shit. And I want us to get it down to people only leave here because they move and they have a hard time wanting, you know, really making a desire to move because they're going to lose us. That's the way I want to think. That makes sense? All right. So why retention? It solidifies our community, right? The longer people are friends with each other, the bigger the bonds they get. The lower cost of goods sold, right? I'm going to start spending more on retention, but it sure is a hell of a lot cheaper than me spending on Facebook advertising, where you can spend hundreds of dollars in a given day to get eyeballs on your product. Critical mass of veterans ensures adherence to our culture, not somebody else's shitty culture. But if the new people see that all the old OGs are putting away their equipment, they're going to do it too, right? Or they're going to allow people their space, or they're going to help, you know, if the coach is on the other side of the room, everybody just pitches in. So critical mass of our culture is really important to me. Anyway, losing any member of the Dynamo family really is painful to me, right? You guys are all part of my family, right? And that's how you guys should feel as coaches to your groups as well. It's the easiest way to build a massive community. At the end of the day, I think we all want Dynamo as big as it can be, right? We want to help as many people as possible. And retention, goodwill can be lost in a split second. I get it all the time. No matter what we do, it's what have you done for me lately, right? So we're always going to be trying to do new and better things. So what we'll be doing, the five horsemen are Wednesday no-show reach outs. We've already been doing this for 2 to 3 weeks. Nobody in here has really gotten one, right? But create a report, and I can now, from Zen Planner, it says if you haven't come Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, checked into class, not just reserved, but actually attended, it will kick out a report. I download that report and upload it to the cloud. And I got a process in place that automatically texts all of them with a personal message, say, hey, what's up? Are you feeling okay? I hope you're on vacation. Let me know what's going on. I'd really like to see you in here tomorrow. And about half the texts, usually I have to send about 10 to 12 texts out, which is maybe 10% of our membership. And about half of them get back to me that night. Yeah, I'm traveling, John, or been sick, but I'm definitely going to be there on Friday. You know, half of them get there. So what I do is I watch for about 30 minutes. I watch my phone for about 30 minutes after that text. And if they text back, I react to that. Okay, so my job on Wednesdays goes pretty late. Every 14 days, we're going to have a communication cycle. I'm going to throw just something out. Basically just an open questions like, how are things going? what are you liking? Is there any concerns or anything you have about the gym right now? Right? And just leave it there. It's not going to be anonymous, so I don't expect to get too much, but it might be great. Like, you may not have heard the new sound system, Drew, but it's pumping. It sounds good, right? I hope that we'll get some good stuff here. I just want to give them a way to get back to us every 14 days that way. Every 3 months, I plan to do handwritten cards. So depending on when they started, they're going to get handwritten cards. This first time it's going to be for me. I would like, once I get this underway, for you guys to start becoming accountability coaches for groups of people. And you actually do some of this stuff until I get that process in place. But what I envision is this is all going to change a little bit. The front desk is going to change a little bit. And what I envision is you'll all have a slot, like a mail slot or something. And I'm just going to be dropping postcards in there for you. They might be pre-labeled or whatever. And all you got to do is fill out a handwritten note. I might have a report for your group of, stuff that we want to hit. Either their attendance is low or they PR'd this, that, or the other, or whatever, It's like, here's some points that you might want to talk about to personalize your handwritten note. Just don't say, hey, how's it going? It's like, I want it to be goal oriented. It's like, how are we doing on those pull-ups? Have we gotten to that chest bar yet? Is there anything that we can do to help you reach your goals further? Do you feel like you're plateauing? What can we help you with? Stuff like that, okay? Like I said, this first time I'm gonna do it, but what we'll probably do is, I haven't figured it all out yet, but there'll be a cloud spreadsheet where we'll keep up with every member we have, last time we contact them, what we talked to them about, okay? And who is ultimately responsible for them, okay? We are going to have scheduled, published monthly member events, not just, oh, I don't have Alex this weekend, I feel like a drink. We'll have a curl, a curls with coach night up at the local bar. That's not going to work. We're going to have stuff far out in advance so that people can plan around it. And everybody's on Slack right now, so we've got the events thing. Some really good stuff is there. I'm going to just start naming shit, right? October, we already know is going to be the Open. There's also a Savage race in October, so for the people that want to do that. So we're just going to start filling up a calendar of events, because it might sound excessive that we're doing one a month or one every 4 weeks or something, but for a member here, they may only be able, because everybody's got busy lives, they may be able to come to 3 or 4 a year. So to them, the events aren't very much, right? So we'll go bowling, we'll go ice skating maybe in the heat of the summer. I want to take you guys rock climbing. So we're going to start doing some stuff, and Dynamo's going to, carry the ticket for a lot of it, unless it's just extremely whatever. We might make a day trip up and go hiking, or maybe go ziplining or something like that. I want to just continue to build the community that way as well. I think it'll pay for itself. Yeah.
I can tell you one thing, Jim, before I came here.
Yeah, no excuses.
Then, like, Megan they did the women's wine and wine.
Yeah.
And then we had a weekend once a year where we went camping. We go get campsite, and we do a wide camp out Friday night, then do a wide Saturday, involve running and stuff because you're outside.
Yeah.
There's no weights, like whole body, air squats.
Could bring some kettlebells up there.
It was just one of those things they did every year for the men. Got camped out for the weekend. And,
okay. I'm all over that.
Just they're just saying. That was things that
That's exactly right. So what I want you to do is in the Slack right there in the events, write that in there. Camping weekend, boys weekend away or whatever. We'll make it up near Helen. So if we want to wander in and get a beer, you can do that too.
I got the contact info on the ice skating rink up at Roswell.
There you go.
I met the guy who works there. He's a Marine vet, super cool guy. Nate Hunter. I have his contact info. So that's something.
Perfect. Throw it out there. Or just put it out there in that Slack, whatever, and I'll be glad to reach out to them. Okay. Because as I back off of my coaching hours, it's going to give me a chance to do more around event coordination.
I just got this info because I took Emily over there because she's wanting to skate, and I'm like, I need to find out. The teacher, they have a course that's opening in July, so hopefully when I get back to Puerto Rico, I I can take her.
Right. I love it. Cool. We're going to have formal exit interviews too. That's the last one. So Eric's going to do some of that so that when people do want to cancel with us, I usually don't get the straight skinny. They usually tell me something. They can't look me in the eye, so I know they're lying to me or whatever. And it's like, so we failed them one way or the other. And so we're working on an exit interview that will be form-based so that we'll have everybody's, capture everything. It is a way to try to retain them for one more month with a specific 30-day plan so that we can get them off their plateau. Because sometimes, they don't know how to help themselves. They don't know how to ask for help. So if we put that out there, it's like, before you do that, what if we did this, right? And then we get back on track. So some people just need more hand-holding than the rest of us, right? And sometimes we just know too late. So we're going to try and fix that going forward. Instead of my intimidating ass, we're going to have nice Eric handling that formal interview process and seeing how many.
I don't know what they used to call me, right?
Huh?
My call sign.
Landmine, yeah. But so we'll do it. Well, hopefully we'll have them in, but we can take it over the phone. But what we want to do is try to save them. We're going to try and remind them why they signed up to begin with, train, relight that fire, that kind of stuff too. So there'll be a set of questions that we go through. Now we know when we've won, we'll have better retention numbers that we have right now. Eric, where are we right now? About 6%, 6.7% or something like that? Huh? Retention.
So right now for this month,
We dropped 7?
From 150, oh, sorry, 6, 157.1. Those are your memberships, not unique person.
Yeah, okay. So again, we probably need to make that unique. Because I think we put like 3 in. I know if like 3 people have reached out to me.
Right. So we got +3, but we somehow lost 3. That could be the 6.
Yeah, I think this month we're at 2.7, but last month I think we lost. Huh?
1.6 last.
Were we?
When I showed up on April 2nd, I took that first pulse. We got 158. I found this number.
Yeah.
Spreadsheet.
Okay. So we're doing pretty damn good. And we also added like 14. But we had the worst conversion of challengers this time than I've ever seen. And we'll talk about that. But I want, this should fit into this too. Usually conversion of my challengers are about 90-95%. We're going to be lucky to get 66, two-thirds right now. Shanice didn't see the value. I mean, she wants, I don't know. She may come back, but she's trying to lowball me right now. I can't give her a membership for that. Kathy Mueller lasted 1 freaking week. David Maradiaga, he made it about 2.5 weeks or something, hurt himself or whatever. Oh, and then Ed was, Big Ed was the same way. So we lost a lot more people than I'm used to us losing in that first month, just because, we're on them. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll have better community morale. We'll have more friend referrals. I don't see enough of those coming in. And we'll have stronger transformations of body and mind, I feel. So what we're doing now, Wednesday no-show text. We talked about that. Every 14-day communication cycle is in process. I do need to change that up every 14 days. I'm trying to figure out how to systematize that before I start doing it. But that's just on me too. It's just a bunch of computer work behind the scenes, running, current memberships and all that kind of stuff and uploading that properly. Eric's capturing monthly retention numbers along with a bunch of other stuff for us right now. And he's going to help us with the interview process. We'll have a calendar of events. I just want to finalize it and keep adding stuff, and let's see what we can get done. The postcards for handwrittens are being ordered. I've got stamps.com coming in so that I'll be able to meter all the mail. Once you put them back in, like there'll be an in and out slot by your name. So for your postcards, I'll just be able to meter the stamps. You won't have to deal with stamps or anything like that. You just need to do the handwritten stuff for me. Yeah, so that's been purchased. It should be, I should have that pretty soon, but I can't do anything until I get the postcards. And we've employed Slack for better staff communications and milestones, right? So you guys are starting to see that when people hit their 200th milestone, I'm putting the email out there. I know change is hard. We're not checking our phones. Okay, so we're still missing. So we're going to have to get better at that as a staff. But I want you guys to be checking that, you know, by the end of class, just in case we can get a picture.
Like for us, 5 a.m.
What if they don't show up?
I don't know. That's why I said, are you like, can you generate like when so and so's have 199 watts or something? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it real time while they're actually in the class.
Okay.
So that way we know for sure.
Instead of checking.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're used to seeing somebody at 5 a.m. like Joelle, she's at her 599th or whatever, but for some reason she shows up at noon.
Yeah.
Me letting you know that she's got 599. First of all, the system would have to be smart enough to let you know ahead of time. I guess we'd have to let everybody know. It's still going to be a broadcast. I really just want to try and do it as of. Okay. That way they're here. They're going to know when they leave because they're going to get an email from me too. And what we've decided to do, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, we're thinking about shirts, and that doesn't really work, but we want to start giving some kind of meritorious type deal. So any of you guys have played Alta tennis? No. Anyway, Susie, I have, and Susie Burns actually helped me with this idea. They get bag tags when they win divisions or win their region or win city championships. So I'm looking at luggage tags and stuff like that you can, like, we're going to get tags for milestones like 2 times your body weight deadlifts and 500th WOD. And I was going to make shirts, and shirts are just too tough, but we can have a bunch of stuff back here ready to go. And then you just hook it into your bag, and then all of them will drape over so you can see our veterans. And it's just going to be one of those things, right? You're always going to want to have your bag tags folding out the cubicle, and everybody else is going to want them, desire them, right? I think it's a great idea. So I'm looking at that right now, and it's kind of cheap, better than a shirt. All right, so where do we fit in? You guys are underneath like head coach, programmer type stuff. There's financial stuff, there's the operation stuff, there's community stuff, which is really retention, and then there's marketing stuff. So I try and make this as flat as possible, but you guys are right in here right now. And what our mission is, this is the kind of stuff that you're going to see from time to time. We want to create a fostering environment to strengthen mind, body, and spirit, and support this by having the best facility. So we're doing that. I'm investing in equipment, and I don't know if you can tell changes that are happening. If you walk through the daycare, it's not that sick green anymore. It's a nice blue. We're going to be painting the bathroom soon. I've already talked a little bit about the most equipment, but you know, we're good on the coaching front. We're really good on the nutritional stuff, and I just want to show them we care even more than when we do a good job from that door sill all the way in. We can do a better job when they're not here, is basically what I'm seeing. So what I want to do is extend our touch out to those guys. So we'll know when we have won, when people understand that intense exercise and eating like an adult is the solution, and not all those silver bullet bullshit cleanses and drink this and only eat between 12:30 and 12:45 every day. All right, so our tenets, and this is something that, again, we're going to make sure we know these in your sleep. First of all, do no harm in here. Always triage the room, figure out what the WOD is and who's in here and who can hurt themselves the most, and watch out for that. Make their hour here their best hour of the day. Create a welcoming environment. Ensure everyone gets personal touch. So especially if you critique them out here, make sure that you give them something good before they go. I have gotten, because I'm a little nitpicky, and the way I love people is to make sure they move as well as they can. Sometimes I'm hard on them. They leave this place feeling like they're a complete fucking disaster, right? So you can't have that. I've learned, and it's like, I love them too hard sometimes. So we always want to make sure that they leave on really good standing. Make sure the box is safe and clean. That includes bathrooms and all the setups here. Like, for one thing, I took Matadors down when I knew we'd be running in and out of those doors, right? That should be just really basic for us to be able to do. It's a pain in the ass. If it takes 2 of you to do it, great. But let's make sure we're doing that. I have put yellow. We found electrical tape again by cleaning out the garage last week. So I've made that more highly visible, especially when we're running in and out of there. That Matador needs to be down. And we need to up our collective game. So what does that mean? It means that it's just more than showing up to cover your classes. Okay, it means helping build more morale throughout the community. And it's like I need you to help me increase the promotion of the activities. For a while there, I was trying to tell you what to promote. We have it up here. And even when I'm in the class, you know, just working back here as a secondary, I've never heard a coach remind anybody of anything that we have going on. Like Murph is coming up next week. That would be a great thing to make sure everybody knows we got one class at 9:30 or whatever. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but we need to increase the promotion of the activities that we have. When we did the Belly Fat Blast Challenge, I tried to bribe you guys with, you know, $5 or $10 for everyone that you got signed up outside of what I had done. Nobody did anything. Maybe that's because my shit's just amazing, but I don't think so. Okay, so I need you guys to be behind the events and activities and what we're trying to do here. I cannot continue to pull this by myself. So you guys have to get on board with me. I need more social media support. I need more likes for stuff to go viral, for our ads to go viral. I need more likes and shares. So I'm going to be asking for stuff like that. I don't know specifically how I'm going to ask for it, so I'm not putting anything on you guys today. Be aware that it's coming, though. I need more help and support with events. Okay, so I want you guys to get involved there when you can. I need more member touches. So although I'll be touching them every Wednesday when they haven't shown up, and every 2 weeks, I'm going to really appreciate some of those handwritten notes once we get this thing in play. Enhanced incident reporting. Even if they, right now I have it as like they have to stop their workout, write them up. Somebody dings themselves and start bleeding because of the boxes, I want to know. Somebody scrapes themselves pretty tough on the rope, I want to know. Because it's like that happened to Ed all in one day. And I'm not saying that me following up would have fixed anything, because I think Ed just is a danger to himself. And it would have been great to keep him, but I don't think we're going to keep him. That door's open. But I need to know more about what's happening in here, because when I ask people why they're not going, and then they tell me this, it's like, man, I should know about this. So if somebody gets dinged up in here, it's not going to hurt. I don't mind. I love actually following up and saying, hey, I heard you twisted your ankle, this, that, or the other. Yeah, you finished the workout. Well, that's fine. But did you do this? And have you done this? And bang. And well, you know, one of the no-shows, Wednesday no-shows said, yeah, I went and tweaked my back. You know, did you tell coach? No. But, you know, we can't help any of that, but I'm going to try and teach them to tell us that too. And again, if you can reach out to them, that's great. I want to be able to reach out to them when I wasn't here. That knows that the word's getting around and that we care. Understand how crucial that can be by making that second connection.
Yeah, quick question on that. Is that just something that if they had heard something in here while they're doing the workout, or what if they come in and they tell me that, you know, my shoulder's bothering me today, what can I do instead of what we're doing?
That's awesome, right? Because we're not going to lose them if they come in and they know they trust us to give them a sub.
Is that an instant report?
No, not necessarily.
I just tell them what to do instead of what.
You know what I would love? I would love is like, you know, member XYZ is favoring their shoulder right now. Just make sure if you see them in your class, nothing overhead, more than 20 pounds, right? It doesn't have to be an instant report, just communication. That'd be fucking awesome, right? Because if it's not just me, because I'll probably follow up and say, what'd you do? But if you guys can say, hey, I heard you have a bad shoulder. What's going on? How's it feeling today? We ready to get back to it? No? Okay, great. Then, man, that's when they know we care. Right? Cool?
No, yes, I know. People come tell me something that they have didn't happen in here. That's great.
Yeah. So for those of you that couldn't hear Eric, he was asking, people will come in and they, you know, they're favoring something and we give them a sub for the day. We just need to let the rest of the coaching staff know. I think that's awesome, Eric. Thank you. So in short, we need to be on a more united front. I want us to communicate more. I want us to know what's going on. As far as retention numbers on a monthly basis, Eric and I are going to be publishing them out so that you can share in that win as we trend down and get better and better and better. Cool. So what's next? So I have a introductory call with SugarWOD tomorrow, and I want to show you what that is. I think I put something out. You know about it already. I'm going to show you why I like it. So it's coming up now.
I just use the free free app. No.
Yeah, so I'll pay for this because I saw some stuff that I really like. And so just watch this real quick. I'm hoping the sound will be good enough for you guys. I haven't tested this out. But this will give you a little understanding of what it is, if it'll ever come up. There we go.
So will this take the place of Zip Planner, or-
No, the reason that this has come is that Sugar Waters joined the Zen Planner Family Fitness partnership. So, also, if you have never, let's see if this. So a couple things you can do here. I've got a Chrome extension.
First off, I'm looking at the whiteboard, and I'm going to show you a few things that coaches can. Okay.
There we go. All right. So I've also got a Chrome extension that will speed this some bitch up.
Here. First of all, you notice that there is an announcement right underneath the photo that comes from. This is a place where you can add anything from a link to YouTube, like RSVP,
Oh, did I do it? I don't know.
Workout. Notes can have anything from sections.
So this is let me send notes to you guys so you know what the stimulus is. It's everybody out.
Looking at the which is have one line.
I'll show you this. Anyway, anybody using this across their gyms, and also you can keep up this at least with your lips, right? This could actually go away.
In these section, next area is a place to see it. Including some basic stats in terms of activity, and all the barbell jars over here, and see all my
It's good to see your name up there.
and see sort of feature all my benchmarks.
So you can really dig into everybody's stuff. Tell you what, the really cool now you got it. Yeah.
Just like I want.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than when playing stores. And this, you know, this is no shit.
Data, and it's after run cuts, right? So you can go to your gym, make your patterns.
I'm gonna bring this into the gym is to make our gym stronger. This is the spider. If it'll come.
How you athletes with your gym.
So there is engagement, right? Coaches, I want you guys to learn their shit. I want you. I want them to put their scores than what they do. I want them to be more accountable. I'm going to refresh this real quick and see if we can't get through it. If not, what I'll do is I'll put in the coaches channel the links to both of these. I'm going to get this one more shot because there's some really cool stuff here. That's the thing. If we can't have one to ask that specific question, because everything else I see about it, I'm aboard this. You can go into likes their bumps, right? So things like our early challengers, we see how quickly they're getting encompassed into the community by how many fist bumps they're getting and not getting. Some people are kind of outliers, right? So we will want to report and be able to visually see people that aren't really fitting in yet, and then just reach out, grab them, get them in. Does that make sense, guys? So I'm Jeff. Come on. That's why I like SugarWide. It could just, it's more data points for us to figure out when people might be sliding on. Event calendar for the year we've already talked about. I think I'm going to Zen Planner. What I'm thinking about doing, I got a book by Angela Duckworth, I think it's called Grit. Grit's one of those things that we give the CrossFitter Open CrossFitter of the Year award for. Is stick-to-itiveness. It is working through stuff even when it sucks, right? It's basically CrossFit. It's the reason most people stay at CrossFit is because they know it's hard, but they know it's also good for you. So grit is one of those things that, yes, you're born with it or you don't, but you can enhance it. We can enhance it. We can help them enhance it. So I'm thinking about, it's not a sermon, but maybe a 4-part like thing about grit and just getting people to think about grit and why they're in here, what their why is, and make sure that we get them back to why they first joined up here. I think that will help us with retention as well. So that'll just be something I do on a weekly basis. Just popping some shorter videos out on that. I really like the subject. We do have some new t-shirts coming finally. It's going to have the American flag on it. Actually, well, that's one of those things that has fallen through. I've been looking for direction because Tim's when I get stuff for you guys, nobody wears it, and I'm tired of that too. So I've been asking for some help with that, but people are busy, so I'm gonna do something. Just don't know what it is, but I'm definitely gonna make a move on that. We'll probably just create a coach version of the shirt that I'm gonna get you. Oh, I think I actually put it in, it's in Slack somewhere. Swag. Yeah, I think so. So I've added Heath to the Slack too. And this is pretty much yeah, it's my one on with a social event to it. I do not know what's going on, why this is taking so much time to load. It's pissing me off. I know. Strange. You see we got new speakers? We'll go through it. It's easy. Anyway. I don't know what just happened to it. Wow. Anyway. If you guys have been watching, you would have seen the t-shirts. I got to keep it. There it is. Okay. So, so we're going to go track. So split. I know that there's a certain way to hang the flag vertically. I'll make sure that this is real. I've looked at that website. We'll hang this down. So 7 years ago, I did do the analysis on it. So I'll figure it right. We'll yeah. Well, that's when it's portrait, right? We're laying this vertical, so I don't know. We make sure that it is. Okay, that's an easy thing for Heath to fix. I have not ordered these, but that's the first one. We're also going to be ordering some t-shirts for the challenge. You can convert over. Basically, I survived my challenge, and now I think there's only the two. We're going to do that for all the other milestones. We'll have milestones for a long time. And we'll have like I might do annual, or I might do. Number of WODs, and we're definitely going to do lifts. So I think that'll all be cool too. Eric, you had a question? Oh, that's true. Well, it depends. If you turn this down and then that way.
Yeah, forget about that. Double-sided. It's double-sided, right?
All right. So the other thing that I've been talking about is once they get out of the one challenge, I'm going to put them into another. I need to get them through that next 3-month period, maybe, because I think we've found the biggest drop off is 3 to 6 months. So I'm going to give them another challenge. So like you guys that have traveled internationally, it's fun to get your stamps on your passport, right? So what we'll end up doing is giving them a bunch of different things to do. You know, some people are not going to be as strong. So it's stuff that we can all do. Can you attend 5 days in a row? Sure. Can you attend 20 classes in a month? Sure. Can you RSVP? But you know, it's gonna. I want it to be all the things that we influence. Can you get an extra 10,000 meters on the rower or 20,000 meters on the rower in a month? You know, just doing some stuff either before or after class. Wouldn't he? We'll keep up with it. You know, at some point I had a bingo thing where we had, I'm just going to steal from that.
The best part is when you enter the sugar walk, you can have accountability of where they're standing.
We can have a race. We could have a race between everybody in this damn gym, right? I'm sorry? Yeah, except for running, right? But so this is still new, right? But I know you can get passport mock-ups on Amazon, pretty cheap. So there will be something to matriculate them into going forward after the challenge. Because if I can get them here for 6 to 9 months and they make friendships here, they're here. Okay, they're here. So that's the gap that we've got to do. And then I've told you about the bag tags, and that'll be retroactive. So if you have a double weight deadlift, you have a 1.5 body weight back squat, you have a body weight bench, you have 15 pull-up, you know, we're going to come up with that list, and I want to give tags away. Huh? You do? Yeah, right. So that gives, right. Can you run 400 meters and, you know, if you're a guy and running 140, if you're a lady, 155, stuff like that. Can you row a 130, 500? I don't know. That may be too many bag tags. I'll have to figure it out. But it's whatever we want to influence them to do, right? So we're giving back. You guys in? Everybody good with all this? Yeah. All right. Any concerns? Cool. All right. Let's lift. For those of you that want to lift, if not, get out of here. Enjoy your day. I kept us about 11 minutes later than I wanted to. Oh, we started 20 minutes late, so we did okay. All right. Any final questions? I do not know. Dude, it has been back to back. I did meal prep. I've been getting ready to spend all week at Kelly's, so it's been laundry and folding and packing and crap. It is the run up to Murph, so expect it to be an endurance-y type week. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, during the back half of the week, we won't be running. We won't be box jumping. We won't be jumping rope. I will be saving people's Achilles and plantar fasciitis, and you know, it's not going to be a thing. We might ski our asses off and row a little bit, but anybody staying for the workout today? Okay. What I was thinking about doing, and you're going to hate this, is the first 5 minutes, finish Isabel, and in the time that you have left, give me as many wall balls as you can, and then the next 5 minutes, give me Grace, and give me wall balls. That's exactly like the one Beth did. And, yeah, I was just going to stop with the 4 rounds of Cindy, just to get a workout in if you want it, or you can do your own thing today. Everybody else is bolting. You going to stay? What are you going to do? Okay. Well, guys, thanks. I really appreciate you guys making time out of your day for me. I hope this is worthwhile. And everybody else that sees this, I'm going to post it I'll probably post it to YouTube and then put the link out on Slack. We can start a thread there for any other questions so that everybody else can see the questions that you have. And I hope you are as jacked and excited about all this as we are, as you know, the big bear hug we're about to put on our community. You know, I hope you want to be a part of it. Thanks so much, and see everyone later. Bye.